Woody's Boneheads of the Day.
We start with a story out of Kansas City that is stupefying. Now, if you're in the misfortunate situation to have to use a porta potty, I think we can all agree you want to get in there, do your business, and get out just as fast as humanly possible, right? Well, most normal people would agree with it, but not everybody. A routine inspection of a porta potty at a World Cup site in Kansas City turned into an unbelievable rescue after firefighters freed some goofball who had become trapped inside the porta potty for probably the most bizarre reason I've ever heard.
They looked inside and didn't see anybody. The lid was closed, no one was in the restroom. It kind of startled them. All of a sudden, a head popped out of the toilet and he said, "I'm in here." He told them he was retrieving a Mountain Dew bottle that he dropped in from the night before. After it was cut open, the man was able to exit the toilet. Fire department did hook up water to their truck and gave him a free shower.
He was retrieving a Mountain Dew bottle. I mean, how much could that be worth, right? Well, employees with Patriot Porta Potties said they were preparing to get, the thing checked out and get it cleaned up. I'm sure you have to do that, but they're never going to forget that encounter. Colorado City, Colorado, the family of two men who discovered through DNA tests that they were actually switched at birth 38 years ago are accusing a North Dakota hospital of robbing them of the lives they were supposed to lead. Kyle Byland discovered his birth family after taking an at-home test he chose to randomly do during a Christmas gift exchange, which led to his biological aunt on a genealogy platform. Her nephew, Jeremy Morrison, then had his DNA tested, and the results were irrefutable.
January 26, 1988, only Kyle and I were born in that hospital that day. It's the only time we've ever been together.
My aunt Martha and I were on Ancestry.com. I had done further DNA testing on my raising mom, Evelyn Newton, that came out conclusively that she was biologically my brother's mom, but she didn't match with me on the platform. We kind of concluded and said, basically, look, Kyle, you were switched at birth.
Morrison now lives in Colorado City, Colorado, and works as a welding inspector for a wind energy company. But if he'd still been with his biological father, he'd be part of their giant farming operation in North Dakota. So let's talk about eating, something I love to do. And you know what? Even though born and raised meat and potatoes guy, love my red meat, spend a lot of time out on my big green egg, there's a new study out that shows that I'm actually in line with what more and more Americans are doing. And I think this may, in my particular case, be as we age, our taste for red meat perhaps goes a little bit down. And Americans overall are getting into beans, apparently. Yes, the musical fruit has our attention more and more often. Beans might be a bit of an economic indicator, more than choice in some ways, but maybe not. In a new poll, get this, 95% of Americans say they eat beans regularly. 57% of meat eaters say they're willing to swap out meat for beans at least once a week. And I would say that's me too. 53% say they're doing it for health reasons. 41% say they do it because of the cost of red meat, although that's come down a little bit lately. But 40% of folks want an alternative protein source. And I think personally that makes good sense. But in this poll, the most popular beans are black beans. 46% like those. And I like those at a fine Mexican restaurant. I don't really grab a can of black beans at the store, though. My choice is number 2 in America. I'm a pinto bean guy. Love pintos. Followed by kidney beans third. And my second favorite, garbanzo